Did John Fetterman just call Zohran a clown? What? John Fetterman is threatening the Democratic Party that if we're not sufficiently pro-Israel enough for him, that he will leave. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. Benjamin Netanyahu is supposed to be coming to the United States, specifically New York, soon. And Zohran has before mentioned that he would arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, as he should be, because he is a war criminal, that he would arrest him if he steps foot in New York. So John Fetterman got a little upset and is threatening us with something that I think everyone wants, is for him to leave the Democratic Party. And he also called Zohran a clown while doing so, and that he needed to focus on problems in New York. And of course, the right-wing news is eating this up, and they think that this threat is somehow going to make us go, oh no, please come back.
Socialists now in leadership positions. I mean, you've got the mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, threatening that he will have Benjamin Netanyahu arrested if he comes to New York for the UN General UNGA, which is happening in September. What are your thoughts here on Mamdani threatening to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu if he comes to the U.S.?
It's such a tough guy to say that kind of thing. He has no way to do that. Of course, obviously, America's not even part of that corrupt court. And so he's just a clown to even say that. So he won't try that, and I'll just sit down and focus on the problems that they have in New York.
Then I guess John Fetterman would be happy to know that Zohran is focusing on New York. Actually, that's what he's exclusively been doing. When is the last time you helped anyone in Pennsylvania, John Fetterman? Zohran has been working on initiatives like getting free daycare, fast and free buses, and he even went to Rikers and showed the World Cup there for all of the inmates because he's humanizing them, because they deserve to be humanized. That is what Zohran's doing. So he is focused on New York. He's focused on actually helping people, giving them the resources they need. John Fetterman, on the other hand, is focused on taking that money that would go to resources and giving it to Israel to commit a genocide. So yeah, I think if John Fetterman wants to leave, he should leave. So Fetterman said that Zohran wasn't going to actually do anything about Benjamin Netanyahu coming to New York. Zohran just put out a video showing that he is going to do something and that he may not be able to arrest him, but he is going to challenge the federal government to. Now, Trump already said that they're not going to do that, but I do think it takes a lot of bravery and a lot of guts for an elected official to make a video like this, because none of them have so far.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live, for the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them, for the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave they offend all of humanity. Anyone, with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience, should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law. As I've said, I agree with the ICC that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC. My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does, and I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large. While we cannot end the genocide on our own, we can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people. That is my commitment to you.
I think that video was great, and I think it was great because he actually spelled out the war crimes that were happening. I think a lot of politicians try to either ignore them or try to make them a smaller thing than they are when children have been dying. And he's saying that they have created the most children amputees. And the fact that he's just saying that out loud when no one else is, when no other politician is really doing that. I mean, there are some others, of course, but it's incredible. It's incredible. I think he's an incredible leader, and John Fetterman doesn't deserve the position he's in. Bye. See you later. Thanks for watching this video in an unusual setting. Bye. Love you.